Am I back? I think I'm back. I don't really know what happened. The internet here isn't great, so it's probably that. Still can't get fiber optic internet. We're still using cable. They haven't brought fiber optic to my area, so that kind of sucks. Can somebody remind me of what question I was answering or what I was talking about? Because I don't remember. I could just scroll up and see. Oh, okay, I see it. The question was, do you plan on updating Super Mario Crossover? I don't know how much of that. Okay, so yeah, Super Mario Crossover is made in Flash, and the new, all this work I've been doing over the last 4 years is in Unity. So, and I've made the engine to be really, I plan on adding stuff. And Flash is just, it's really old. And there were times where I tried like porting Super Mario Crossover to like HTML5, and I had a video about that, but I kind of just realized that since I've learned so much, it's easier for me just to write something new. And at one point I thought like, oh, I'll just make my own game engine, but then I learned from that too. It's like it's not worth all the time it takes to make your own game engine. Just it takes forever. So using something like Unity, it's an established thing. They're always updating it. So I'm kind of looking at this game as like a framework for things to come. So in a way, it's like kind of, again, there's good and bad things about what happens, and the fact that it has taken so long, in some ways is good because I've been able to lay like a really strong framework for the future. This sort of going back to what I was saying before. Super Retro Squad it's not just like one game, but I'm not going to go into what it is just because I don't want to confuse people. But just know that like, I'm working like I'm looking beyond like one game. It's not just a game what I'm making. So this is a long-term project, and the fact that I had so much time to kind of like figure out what I was doing, learning how to program, and making mistakes, figuring out the right way to do stuff. The fact that I had a lot of time to do that is kind of good in a way, because now we have like a really, really good plan that kind of has a lot of possibilities going forward. So it's good. I seem to be, oh, never mind. At first I thought I was turning orange, but I think it's because of night shift. I don't know if you guys have that feature on your phone where when it gets dark, your phone turns like orange because it's like good for it's supposed to help you fall asleep because blue light is like keeps you awake. So at first I thought that the white balance was all messed up, but it's just night shift. Sidetracked. I'm always a victim of sidetracking. But yeah, this. And by the way, it's not actually called Super Retro Squad, but the name is very close to that. And it's not Super Action Squad. It's not Operation Pixel either, which is another thing. The name will make sense. I think when you guys hear the name, you'll get it. It's Um, but it's not Super Retro Squad, and the reason it's not is because it's more than what Super Retro Squad was supposed to be. So it wouldn't really make sense to call it Super Retro Squad. But again, I know it sounds very confusing, but hey, people liked when there was some mystery, like an air of mystery to Exploding Rabbit. So that's back. The mystery is back, because yeah, we have some really big plans for this, and I believe I can execute these plans. Because it's gradual. Everything's gradual. Every step builds on the last thing. And again, we're doing early access. We're already almost ready for early access. So there's very little, I think, that could derail the game at this point, unless like something like completely unexpected happened, like I'd get killed or something. Then I'm pretty sure I can't finish the game. I voted for Clinton because I think Trump is an idiot. I think he's like, it's very obvious he's a narcissist, and I just think all this stuff is a joke. It's just a big joke. And I don't know how much I want to. I'm sort of interested. I mean, I do realize like the United States is in a bad position right now, and that the fact that we're in this position is going to negatively affect the whole world. So now isn't really a time to be like inactive, because Trump is going to become the president. So all I ask is that people be smart and don't get all your information from one place. Okay, like the way Facebook is now. I don't even really use Facebook at all, but people live in bubbles now. Everybody has their own individual bubble, and I just think it's very sad that it's almost like truth itself is dying, that facts are just becoming irrelevant, because everybody lives in their own bubble. So it's like, well, my truth is different than your truth. I mean, okay, there really is objective truth. Okay, like I guess that would be the thing I would stress just about this whole insane situation with the election. Just try not to be ignorant, and just be aware that Facebook and other platforms like it, they choose the content they serve you based on what they think you'll accept. So if you read something on Facebook, it doesn't mean it's true. Okay. Like I said, get your news from a variety of sources, and not all from one platform like Facebook. If you're on Facebook and it's serving you news from different sources, again, don't just get all of it from Facebook. Okay, go on other sites and be aware that a lot of the media is owned by corporations. So personally, I try to get my news from independent media. I'm a big fan of the Young Turks, and I'm a supporter of them, and I encourage other people to support them or support other independent journalists and independent media. It's really important, especially at a time like this. So yeah, I don't want to say too much specifics about. It's a joke, okay? Trump's an idiot, and the fact that he got elected, I think, is because of it's these bubbles that people live in, and just the fact that I read an article that says we live in a post-fact world, which kind of means people just don't care about objective truth. So I agree with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He says we need to make America smart again. Okay, that's what we need to do. So just be smart, okay? Don't just believe what you read. that's all I'll say about it. Let's get back to more fun stuff. And I'm not gonna go on forever. Maybe I'll do like, let's see what these other questions are. Would you ever like to go back to making short films? Yes. So the whole Kickstarter thing, I kind of had to like go face to face with my flaws, and it kind of caused me to see, I got probably to look at myself in a more realistic way. I mentioned this earlier, just that like as millennials, my generation was kind of raised to be more on the side of being narcissistic, and when you look at yourself, you look at the good things and you don't look at the bad things. So just I was in a lot of situations where I was kind of forced to see the bad parts of myself, and that was sort of why I didn't do any videos for a long time, is just because I was just overburdened by, I don't know, negativity, the negative parts of my psyche sort of I don't know, beat me down, and I didn't really feel I just didn't feel like safe doing videos. I feel good doing this, so maybe I'll start to regain courage of being, I don't know, creative, more publicly. And so yeah, short films are a way that I really used to enjoy expressing myself, and I still I still love the idea. There's like a certain I don't really know how to say it, a certain like childishness that not childishness, but like a pure like passion that it's kind of what I used to make films before, because I did them just for fun. I always just viewed it as like goofing around and stuff. So if I can kind of like reconnect with my like childlike nature, then then yes, I would make more videos. But I guess I became more of an adult over the last 4 years, just because life was a lot harder than I was prepared for, and only now am I kind of able to kind of like catch up and calm down, because it's just the last 4 years for me have been crazy, and today is like really the first day that I've really been able to like take it easy, and I'm in a very peaceful place where I can get a lot of work done here, and hopefully I can reconnect with that creativity. I think it's important. So yes, I want to, and hopefully I want to try to be creative and hopefully inspire other people to be creative. And at the same time, like I said before, just the United States is sort of in a bad place, and we kind of need a little more courage right now, and a little more risk taking, and so I don't know, I'm pretty curious to see how I act over the next few years, and if I'm able to contribute to just kind of healing the problems that we're facing right now. But yes, I'm interested in videos still. Okay. Sorry, just catching up on the comments. Do you plan on making like Frisk from Undertale? Oh yeah, that was another game that I recently played, Undertale. I don't know what you mean when you say making like Frisk. I believe Frisk is the main character's name. But anyway, the game itself, Undertale, it's awesome. That was a game that sort of, like, it reminded me like you can just make games out of pure passion. Like obviously, I believe Toby Fox is the creator of that game, and obviously he's just kind of revealed himself, or just he kind of put himself into that game, and I think that's why it's like been so successful, is because the game is unique because Toby just kind of like put himself out there. He made the kind of game that he wanted to make, and he didn't like worry about following conventions. And so I think that's awesome. It's super funny. The script is like amazing. The gameplay, really interesting. He does quite a lot with that little box, the heart in the box. So yeah, that it's great. And I kind of feel, for me, that's the kind of stuff that I need right now, is just stuff where I just see people like really expressing themselves, because then that kind of gives me the courage to express myself. And I think that's what we need right now. We need authenticity in our artists and our creators, to try to encourage people to be authentic. And and that game has positive messages too. There's consequences to your actions. So yeah, I just think it's great, and the music is amazing. I just listened to it today while I was working. I think I'm gonna be wrapping up here pretty soon. Please play Battle Block Theater with your wife. I'm not familiar with that. I'll make a note of that right now. Geez, these comments are. I always complain about like technical difficulties as I'm making videos, and I notice when other people make videos they don't. It's like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just focus on what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm going to try to answer these questions, and then I kind of want to get some more work done tonight, so that I can get that trailer done. Okay. Kongultron says, if the game is successful on Steam, would you consider a launch on consoles? Yes. I want to go on a lot of platforms, and Unity makes that really easy. I want to do mobile platforms too. And if we do have online multiplayer, the cool thing is all of the platforms would be compatible with each other. So I'm not trying to just make one game. I'm actually sort of trying to make like a bigger thing that just allows people to play, kind of like relive their retro memories in a new way, and experience it together. Even if it doesn't have online, it's for sure having 4-player local co-op. It's gonna be Super Retro World. I'm gonna say it's not that, but you're sort of on the right track. Not to be negative. Okay. Ryan says, not to be negative because I love the shit you've done, but how do you plan to differentiate your new game with the influx of retro games? The reason, I don't really believe there's a point in making a game that's like other games. So that was actually kind of why, although it's funny that I say that because I did just make this other mobile game, but I was just making that to try to support myself and my wife financially. But when you're making like a real game, I don't really believe that there's any point in making something that's like other games. So the reason that I'm making this game and I'm not worried about it getting lost is because there isn't really anything else like it, which again, I'm a little surprised. I thought by now someone else would have done this. I thought someone else would have just like combined games, because I don't know, it just seems like a really interesting idea, and I don't know, I just thought other people would think it was interesting also. So I'm not really too worried about it just because Super Mario Crossover was a big hit, and it's still fun. Like it's just still fun to play. So as long as we just kind of stick with that original idea and just kind of build on it, I don't. I'm not too worried about like getting lost. No, the game's not only going to be on PC. We're planning on putting it on a lot of platforms. Someone wants a quick update. I'll just repeat myself real quick. So Super Retro Squad, I'm now working with one other person who I have not named because I didn't get his permission to share his name. But the game is very far along. It's playable, and we're currently working on a trailer where you'll see what the game is, and the trailer is more about. I mean, it's not just gameplay. It's kind of like selling you on the whole crossover concept, and kind of showing you the possibilities of what you could do. So it should be a really interesting trailer. We're hoping to have that trailer done in about a month or so. But I don't want to release it at Christmas, so hopefully I can get it done before that. Have you tried Stardew Valley? Yes, that's another game that I think is amazing. Again, it's like I'm an indie game developer, and with Stardew Valley and also Undertale is another example. Like, you can see what one person can do, and you can see the value that like one person can, like the value of having one person work on a game, because you get a really cohesive experience. You know, like, and when one person makes a game and they work on it for that long and it's a big game, it's like obviously this person is really passionate about what they're doing. So yeah, I was always a big fan of Harvest Moon. I never really knew why why I liked it so much. I mean, you farm, you know, you like plant stuff, and then you get married and whatever. But yeah, I don't know, I was just always a fan, and I think it's a good escape, and I just think it's a fun concept, and I think the guy that made Stardew Valley, I think he like executed it perfectly, and he built on it, and like that's what you should do. Like, if you're a fan of a certain game, take the idea of the game and then just kind of like expand it, make it bigger, kind of polish it up. The stuff that you didn't like about the game that you played, you just kind of like change it to make it the way you want it to be. And yeah, I'm getting a little tired, so I think I'm gonna be stopping. Let me just see these last few questions. I haven't played the Angry Video Game Nerd games. I don't know, they didn't, I guess they didn't look polished to me, but I don't really know. Maybe I should check it out, but I guess it looked like Mega Man to me. Okay, I think I'm gonna get off now. That was fun. Kind of sucks that the stream got killed at one point, but oh well, nothing we can do about that. So yeah, I'll keep people updated about the trailer, and again, when I'm talking about the trailer for Super Retro Squad, when that comes out, we will be launching a Steam Greenlight campaign, so we'll need people to, vote it up so that we can get on there, and it shouldn't be too long after that. until we hit early access. We just need to design some levels and stuff and kind of polish stuff up. But yeah, let's say early 2017. I mean, it should be like, it doesn't have to be like perfect to be on early access. So we're just going to try to get on there as soon as we can, just so we can start getting feedback. All right. Yeah, thanks everybody. It's cool. And again, if people are like, stressed out about the election and stuff, it's like I am too. This whole week it's been hard, and I was also like really sick this week too, so terrible week for me. But let's try to stay positive, and let's try to be there for each other, and be authentic, and see what we can do to make people smart. And I just think the biggest problem is that people don't think for themselves, and it's an easy trap to fall into. So be smart and think for yourself, and be aware that you can have your own delusions. And this helped me to understand internet trolls, and also like the voice in my head that says like, you suck, like you should just die or whatever. We all have like, that voice, that part of us that's like negative and delusional and doesn't want to believe stuff. So I always have a hard time saying goodbye. But yeah, hopefully this is like the beginning of more communication, and I'm in a much better place now than I've been for a long time. So yeah, hopefully that means you'll be seeing more of me, and this was fun. So hopefully I'll be doing more of it. So thank you everyone. Now we will see if I can figure out how to end this.